Picture this. You're on a sun-kissed beach, the salty breeze tousling your hair, while the rhythm of crashing waves serves as a soothing background score. In front of you stands an icon of Hollywood charm. George Clooney himself, suave as always, except for one tiny detail. He is locked in battle with nature and losing hilariously. The scene unfolds like a play that Shakespeare might have written if he'd had a sense of humor. Our leading man is attempting to enjoy his cocktail, but every sip seems to be interrupted by the swooping antics of local seagulls. Each time he brings his glass to his lips, swoop down comes a bird in all its feathery audacity, leaving our hero sputtering and spluttering. Clooney's struggle builds into an epic saga that rivals his cinematic exploits. Onlookers stifle their giggles behind designer sunglasses. Even the sun seems to twinkle mischievously overhead. The seagulls silence their squawks as if giving respect to their worthy adversary who refuses to surrender his cocktail or his dignity. But wait, there's more as Clooney moves away from these feathered assailants towards what he hopes will be safer territory. He trips over an unseen sandcastle moat. His cocktail flies out of hand, arcing gracefully through the air before landing with unceremonious splash on his pristine white shirt. In those moments of unexpected folly and laughter shared among strangers under the summer sky, something magical happens. George Clooney transforms from an unreachable star into someone delightfully human just like us. Seagulls, Cocktails, and Embarrassment isn't just about one man's comical defeat against nature. It's about how life has a wonderful way of reminding us that no matter who we are or where we come from, royalty or commoner, celebrity or fan, we're all on the same beach when it comes to being humbled by nature's end. Imagine, if you will, an idyllic beach scene. The sun is shining, waves are gently lapping against the shore, and a picturesque cocktail rests on a nearby table. At first glance, everything appears perfect. But hold on, what's that commotion happening over near the tiki bar? Let me paint the picture for you. It's George Clooney. Yes, the George Clooney. Academy Award-winning actor and Hollywood heartthrob. You'd expect him to be as cool and composed as he appears on screen. And yet here he is, in his designer beachwear no less, engaged in an epic battle with a seagull. This isn't some bizarre Hitchcockian nightmare. This actually happened one sunny afternoon at an exclusive resort where Mr. Clooney was enjoying some well-deserved downtime. Picture it now. There's George, cocktail in hand, probably his own brand of tequila, nonchalantly tossing back peanuts when out of nowhere swoops this brazen seagull with eyes bigger than its belly. The bird snatches a peanut mid-air just as George was about to pop it into his mouth. Now, under normal circumstances, you'd think that would be the end of it. After all, who wants to wrestle with nature over a peanut? But remember, friends, we're talking about George Clooney here. He decides not to let this feathered fiend get away so easily and attempts to shoo it away, but our plucky seagull has other ideas. It continues its relentless pursuit for more peanuts, causing quite the spectacle among fellow beachgoers who can't believe what they're witnessing: the suave star being bested by a bird. And then comes the pièce de résistance. In one swift move that could have been taken straight out of Ocean's 11 script itself, Clooney makes a quick grab for his drink, only for our audacious avian adversary to knock it clean out of his hand. The cocktail splashes all over him, leaving him drenched and undoubtedly a little embarrassed. This event, as amusing as it was unexpected, serves as a reminder. It doesn't matter if you're an A-list celebrity or an everyday Joe, we are all subject to nature's capricious whims. You see, life has a wonderful way of reminding us that no matter who we are, where we come from, royalty or commoner, celebrity or fan, when it comes to being humbled by nature's antics, we're all on the same beach. So next time you find yourself in a battle with Mother Nature, remember, even George Clooney couldn't win. Now, you might be wondering how a man of George Clooney's stature could ever be brought to his knees by nature. Well, let me paint you a picture. Imagine our dashing leading man at an exclusive beach party in Malibu, cocktail in hand and surrounded by Hollywood's elite. The sun is setting, the music is just right, and then out of nowhere, a seagull swoops down and snatches his hors d'oeuvre right from his hand. I kid you not, this did happen. I bet Clooney felt as if he was trapped inside one of those slapstick comedies he so masterfully avoids. But here's the kicker. It wasn't just one seagull. It was an entire flock, and they weren't only after the appetizers either. They were hell-bent on wreaking havoc at this sophisticated soiree. Chaos ensued as these winged invaders descended upon the partygoers with relentless determination, pecking at designer dresses and pooping on patent leather loafers with reckless abandon. It was like a scene from Hitchcock's The Birds, but instead of Tippi Hedren cowering in fear, we had George Clooney shielding his margarita while dodging dive-bombing seagulls. In that moment, amid all that chaos and confusion, Mother Nature asserted her dominance over even the most influential among us. You see, no matter how famous or important we may think we are, when faced with nature's unpredictability, whether it be seagulls or hurricanes, we're all susceptible to her whimsy. So what did our hero do? Did he retreat into the safety of his nearby mansion? No way. He stood there laughing along with everyone else as they marveled at the absurdity of it all. Because sometimes life throws you curveballs, or rather seagulls, and all you can do is laugh and take it in your stride. It's a valuable lesson for all of us. To remain humble, keep our sense of humor intact, and never underestimate Mother Nature or seagulls. Sure, they might be small, but they've got personalities the size of an ocean. And if they can take down George Clooney at a posh party, imagine what else they're capable of. So the next time you find yourself sipping cocktails on a beach or enjoying a picnic in the park, remember this story. Keep an eye out for those cheeky seagulls and always respect nature's territory. After all, we are just visitors here, sharing space with other creatures big and small, each one just as much a star as Mr. Clooney himself. So, imagine this. A charming coastal town, the kind where local fishermen haul in the day's catch to the chorus of calling seagulls overhead. The sun is just beginning to dip below the horizon, painting everything in hues of gold and setting the stage for an evening of relaxation. And who better to enjoy it with than our leading man himself, George Clooney? Picture him leaning against a rustic bar counter by the beach, his signature twinkle in his eye as he relishes a well-crafted cocktail. Perhaps a smooth whiskey or gin with just enough bite to match his own charisma. He's wearing that famous smile that has graced countless movie posters and red carpets worldwide. Just as he raises his glass for a sip, out of nowhere swoops down one cheeky seagull with perfect aim and timing that would put any trained stuntman to shame. It snatches away Mr. Clooney's precious cocktail right from under his nose. Incredible but true. So quick was our feathered friend that all our star could do was stare incredulously at his now empty hand. What happened next? Well, instead of reacting with anger or indignation like many might expect from someone of such stature, there was only laughter. His rich chuckle filled the air much like those seaside waves crashing against nearby rocks, natural and unfiltered. You see, even someone as seasoned and respected as George Clooney understood something fundamental. Nature will always have its way. That cheeky seagull wasn't trying to ruin anyone's moment. It merely saw an opportunity and took it, much like how we humans navigate through life ourselves. This anecdote serves not merely for amusement, but also as a reminder about cohabitation on this shared planeton. We must respect every creature's space while understanding they operate on instinct more often than intentionality. And what about George? Well, he simply ordered another cocktail, maybe with a side order of humility this time. The charm didn't waver, nor did his affinity for nature. If anything, the incident only added another layer to his persona, a testament that even those in the glamorous world of Hollywood are not exempt from nature's mischievous ways. So, next time you find yourself sharing a moment with Mother Nature, whether it's sipping cocktails by the beach or hiking up mountains, remember to enjoy but also respect her territory. After all, just like Mr. Clooney found out that day, we're simply visitors here. Isn't that quite something? As we delve deeper into this hilarious tale of the day, nature claimed victory over none other than Hollywood's silver fox, George Clooney. It's essential to remember that we are all just guests in Mother Nature's grand design. And what a gracious host she is, offering us sun-kissed beaches and lofty mountain trails, inviting us to find joy in her playground. But let me take you back to that fateful day when our suave protagonist found himself outwitted, not by an intricate script or a challenging role, but by the simple, unassuming creatures of nature. Seagulls. Picture Mr. Clooney, cocktail in hand, basking under the warm Italian sun on his luxurious Lake Como property. A scene right out of one of his movies, wouldn't you agree? Suddenly, his tranquility was shattered as a squad of seagulls descended onto him like paparazzi on a red carpet evento. They swooped down on him with such tenacity that even our leading man couldn't hold his ground, or his cocktail for that matter. That's right. Mr. Right. Smooth lost his balance and toppled over, and just like that, he was no longer George Clooney the movie star. He was George Clooney, the man defeated by nature. Don't feel too bad though. Even celebrities have their candid moments of embarrassment, caught by surprise amidst sipping cocktails and feeding breadcrumbs to birds at an idyllic lakeside villa. So I tell this amusing story. Is it merely for entertainment? Well, partly yes, since who doesn't enjoy a good laugh now and then? But there's more to it. It serves as a reminder that irrespective of who we are or where we come from, be it Hollywood boulevards or cobblestone streets, none can escape Mother Nature's whimsical sense of humor nor her gentle reminders about respecting her domain. Remember when you're hiking up a scenic trail or lounging by the beach, that you are an honored guest in nature's home. Treat her with the respect she deserves, and she'll reward you with unforgettable experiences and memories to cherish. Whether it's seagulls teaching George Clooney a lesson, or a sudden downpour during your mountain hike, these instances underline one simple fact. We're simply visitors here. Unexpected events in nature can humble us all. Isn't that quite something? So let's embrace our roles as respectful guests and savor each moment under the sun. Clooney's case, under the seagulls. Imagine, for a moment, you're on a sunny beach. The gentle hum of the waves serves as your background music in the wind, your personal stylist, playing with your hair. You've got a cool cocktail in hand, and there's not a cloud in sight except for one. A flock of seagulls circling overhead. So let's pivot our story back to George Clooney, Hollywood heartthrob and man of the moment. Picture him in this idyllic setting, looking every bit the star he is. But even stars can't control nature. They too are just guests here. Clooney was about to learn this lesson firsthand. Mid-sip from his cocktail, a seagull decided to join the party. With laser-focused precision only nature could master, it swooped down and snatched Clooney's drink right out of his hand. Imagine that, an international superstar left open-mouthed by an audacious bird. Now that's what I call being humbled by nature. But here's where things get interesting. Instead of getting frustrated or embarrassed like most mortals would have been after losing their cocktail to a bird, Clooney laughed it off. He took it as Mother Nature playing her own version of Candid Camera. The Oscar winner may have lost his drink, but he gained something far more valuable. A story that illustrates how unpredictable life can be, even for those who seem untouchable by us mere mortals. And hasn't this happened to all of us at some point? Maybe not with seagulls stealing cocktails, but certainly some unexpected curveballs thrown our way by Mother Nature. Perhaps you've had squirrels raiding your picnic basket during an afternoon in the park, or maybe you've slipped on wet leaves while trying to navigate through autumn's splendor. These moments catch us off guard and force us into realizing how we're just part of this great big world around us, not in control of it. It's nature's way of keeping us grounded. But remember, like Clooney, it's essential to find the humor and grace in these situations. Because when you're able to laugh at life's unpredictable moments, particularly those orchestrated by our natural world, you don't just survive them, you savor them. So here's to embracing our place as respectful guests on Earth, finding joy in unexpected moments, and above all else, always being ready for when a seagull decides to join the party. Picture this. You're George Clooney, sitting at a beach bar in Ibiza, the sun dappling through your salt and pepper hair. Ahead of you lies a crystal clear ocean where yachts bob lazily on gentle waves. The air is filled with laughter, clinking glasses, and the distant rhythm of an upbeat Spanish guitar. It's just another perfect day in paradise. To your left is a cocktail, a mojito perhaps? Freshly muddled mint dances with sweet rum under a blanket of sparkling soda water. As you lift it to take that first celebratory sip, bam, a seagull swoops down from nowhere, knocking over your precious drink. A collective gasp ripples through your celebrity friends as they watch the spectacle unfold. There's sand in your drink, feathers flying everywhere, and yes, that was definitely bird poop on your shirt. Hollywood's heartthrob, defeated by nature's feathered prankster. Now let me remind you that this isn't just any old seagull we're talking about here. Oh no, this one has taste not content with discarded fries or forgotten sandwiches. He went for the creme de la creme, George Clooney's cocktail. But remember, my friend, life isn't about avoiding these embarrassing moments. It's about embracing them. Just like our man Clooney did that sunny afternoon, with an infectious laugh echoing